morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gambhir. So let's get started with what's there on the front page of the Times of India this morning. Well, the biggest news today is that India is at 1 lakh. That's right. There are close to 1 lakh cases in the country of coronavirus that we are seeing. The rate is low, cases yet to peak. This is the big story that Times of India today morning is leading with, and it has given you a breakup of as to how the virus has spread from one case to about 100,000 cases now, and how from 75,000 to 100,000 cases India has just taken 5 days. The growth rate has been about 5.1%. India has fourth highest number of recent cases, and India's growth rate is fourth lowest at 100,000 mark. This means that the other countries which are also seeing more than 100,000 cases perhaps cross this number faster than India. India has taken a lot of days, in fact, to reach this number of 100,000 cases. And there you can see the state of the states, percentage share of total cases in the last 10 days. It is Maharashtra, which is contributing about 39% to the total number of cases. Second number is Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, UP and West Bengal. It was the third highest one-day spike at 4,700 plus cases, 100 plus toll for fourth day in a row. And this is clearly a cause of concern. 8% of migrants in Bihar test positive. State stares at big count. How the migrants are now moving to their respective home states, they being tested positive. These people testing positive is coming out to be another big cause of concern, and that's what also is being reported here. But all is not bad. The recovery rate is pretty good. 124 recoveries for every COVID death in Kerala, just 4 in Bengal. So this is an analysis as to how the recovery rate is really showing a lot of hope to India. And there is also another good news that we've got this morning. First vaccine tested in US shows promise. The first coronavirus vaccine to be tested on people appears to be safe and able to stimulate an immune response against the virus. Its manufacturer, US biotech firm Moderna, announced on Monday. The findings are based on results from the first 8 people who each received 2 doses of the vaccine starting in March. If the company's second and third phases go well, the vaccine could become available for use by the end of this year or early 2021. So this is another big news that Times of India has got on its front page. And now here we have some Delhi specific news wherein it gives you the details of what is allowed in the fourth phase of the lockdown in the national capital and what will remain prohibited. Odd even opening for shops in Delhi. Public transport is back. No pillion rider on two-wheelers. Salons stay shut. Buses can take 20 passengers. What is allowed? Auto rickshaws and e-rickshaws with only 1 passenger. Cabs are also allowed in Delhi with 2 passengers. Buses are allowed with 20 passengers. Bike, no pillion rider. Grameen Seva, 5 people. And likewise, you have other details as well. Sports complexes, but without audience. Markets will open, including non-essential shops, but on odd, even basis. Construction activities, but workers can't be brought from outside Delhi. Industries with staggered timings for workforce. Interstate movement of vehicles is allowed. Interstate movement of doctors, paramedics, sanitization staff and ambulances also allowed. Restaurants will also be open, but only for home delivery. So those are the details that you're getting here on the front page only. And there is an update about super cyclone Amphan as well on the front page. Amphan turns into super cyclone, may hit Bengal on Wednesday, that's tomorrow. Gusty winds hit Coimbatore and some other parts of South India on Monday, with Amphan now intensifying into a super cyclone. It's likely to hit West Bengal on Wednesday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held an urgent meeting to review the evacuation plan. So India is really preparing in advance, because this is expected to be a very severe cyclonic storm when the landfall really happens tomorrow. Then another news is from Madhya Pradesh. 3 kids among 7 dead in MP fire. At least 7 people, including 5 of a family, died when a fire broke out at a residential building in Gwalior on Monday morning. And there is some sort of relief coming for the students of class 12th and 10th whose exams exams were missed because of the national lockdown. CBSE exams will happen from 1st to 15th of July. Masks are must. That's something that's very, very important. Then it's also being reported on Times of India that Sensex crashed 1,000 points. It seems that perhaps the stimulus could not really impress the Lal Street, and that's why this kind of a reaction came yesterday. Girl carries dad 1.2 kilometer on cycle, and this is also very important news. Order to pay wages dropped. The centre's order directing businesses to pay workers may have in effect been withdrawn. An MHA order said that unless specified orders of the National Executive Committee will cease to have effect. That's another update. Yashwant Sinha detained in the national capital, who sat on a dharna at Rajghat demanding that armed forces be roped in to ferry migrants home, and they were detained. And before we move on to the Navbharat Times, some more quick headlines that are there on the front page. India has joined 120 countries at a virtual WHO meet in pushing for an impartial evaluation of global response to coronavirus crisis. WHO DG says an evacuation of global response will be launched soon, and China backs it. So that's an important piece of information there. Moving on now to the Navbharat Times. और अगर सबसे पहली खबर की बात की जाए तो दिल्ली के बारे में बताया गया है कि दिल्ली में चौथा फेज जो है नेशनल लॉकडाउन का, उसमें कौन कौन सी एक्टिविटीज अलाउड होंगी, कौन कौन सी बंद रहेंगी. आज से खुल जाएंगे बाजार. मेट्रो छोड़ बाकी पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट जो है उसे शुरू कर दिया जाएगा. चीफ मिनिस्टर ने किया रियायतों का ऐलान. दफ्तर खुलेंगे, कंस्ट्रक्शन भी होगा. और उसी के साथ ही गाजियाबाद से जुड़ी हुई भी एक खबर है फ्रंट पेज पर. ट्रेन बस का पास लेने के लिए गाजियाबाद में जुटी भारी भीड़. आप देख सकते हैं कितने सारे माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स खास करके रामलीला मैदान में पहुंच गए थे. हजारों की संख्या में मजदूर जो अपने घर जाने के लिए ट्रेन और बस का पास बनवाने यहां पर पहुंच गए. उसके अलावा स्टेशनों पर उमड़े प्रवासी मजदूर. गुजरात में हुई हिंसा. और साथ ही ये भी अपडेट दिया है कि 24 घंटे में रिकॉर्ड 5,212 केस हो चुके हैं. 1 लाख करीब रिकवरी भी अब भारत में डबल हो गई है. और सुपर साइक्लोन के बारे में भी यहां पर फ्रंट पेज पर भी अपडेट दिया गया है. सुपर साइक्लोन बन गया है अब अम्फान का तूफान. और आखिरी में एक और इंपॉर्टेंट खबर है फ्रंट पेज पर. अमेरिकी अखबार ने लिखा है चुनौतियों से घिरे थे मोदी, लेकिन कोरोना के दौर में जमकर बढ़ गई लोकप्रियता. So that is how the American newspaper has talked about how India handled the COVID situation, and that is also there on the front page of the Navbharat Times. We are now moving on to the Economic Times, and let's get you the latest from the world of business and economy. And the biggest news today is about how the Lal Street reacted after the NDA government announced a package worth over 20 lakh crore rupees. Stocks tumble as stimulus fails to stir up the Lal Street bulls. That's there on the front page. Sensex as well as Nifty plunged 3.4% yesterday. Lockdown extension stokes fears about economy. Analysts predict benchmark sinking 8 to 9% more. So that's there on the front page. E-commerce ready to load cart with non-essentials. Back in the game. That's another story you can find here. But some companies are waiting for states to draw up guidelines. Some of these e-commerce companies will avoid delivering to the red zone. Some are waiting for directions from specific states. MSMEs wary of taking loans. This is what Nishtha Saluja has reported. Many small businesses are wary of taking fresh loans even if they are backed by government guarantees, as they are not sure of revival in demand once they resume business activities. That's another important information here. SBI proposes omnibus pact for fast loan rejig, and the banks in fact are once again batting for bad loan breather. Banks are asking RBI to extend bad loan recognition time to 180 days and loan moratorium by at least one more quarter. We'll see what the RBI will have to say on this request by various banks. And managing fiscal deficit, Anandita Singh Mankotia has reported government may consider monetizing debt. The government may consider monetizing its borrowings if the fiscal deficit worsens sharply. Monetizing the debt requires RBI to directly purchase government securities in the primary market to help the central government meet its expenditure by printing more money. We don't know whether this measure will be considered or not by the government and the RBI. And lastly, India rushes troops to Ladakh as China steps up presence. India is believed to have rushed additional troops to the flashpoint near Galwan River in Ladakh Ladakh and constructed defensive positions after China stepped up its military presence in the area. This is what Manu Babi in the Economic Times has reported today. Moving on now to the Delhi edition of the Times of India. My colleague Sherin is now joining us on the broadcast. More on this. Sherin, good morning. It's the second day of the national lockdown. Yesterday we saw the details being given by the Chief Minister of what's allowed and what's not allowed. Today in the paper as well, we are seeing that auto rickshaws are allowed. What are you seeing on the road? What kind of activity has really started?
Good morning, Hina. Of course, the situation in the national capital is limping back to normalcy. We have seen how the Delhi Chief Minister on multiple occasions have said that how the people have to live with COVID-19, and in align with the MHA guideline yesterday, a number of relaxations were announced. Of course, there are shops that are going to be open, the marketplaces that are going to be open, but on an odd and even basis. Now, because auto rickshaws, e-rickshaws, buses are also allowed with the specific rules, we are seeing a much more traffic. Even at 8 a.m. in the morning, we are seeing a large number of people on the road. Of course, they are maintaining social distancing. There are auto stands which are there with the with various autos. They have been saying for about 2 months they had incurred a number of losses. So clearly this comes as an economic boost to many of the people, like the small traders and of course the rickshaw pullers and also the auto rickshaw people. So clearly this is a push from the Delhi government for the economic activities in a phased manner. They are opening up several activities in Delhi, but also the concerning part is the number of COVID-19 cases have gone beyond 10,000 in Delhi, but at the same time the recovery is also reached 5,000. So the Kejriwal government says that we have to be very cautious while we are on the street, while these economic pushes are being made. So it is very important that all the basic guidelines are being followed by the people, like social distancing, wear masks. So it seems that the situation in the national capital is limping back to normalcy now.
All right. Thank you very much, Sherin, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Chennai edition of the Times of India. And my colleague Shabir is now joining us on the broadcast. More on this. Shabir, good morning. The big news that's there on the front page today is that Maha returnees among 536 fresh cases in Tamil Nadu. State to finalize test policy today. What can we really expect?
Well, those who are returning from other states, particularly Maharashtra and Gujarat, more and more number of people are tested positive. And for the past 3 days, we are seeing at least 40 people, those who have traveled from Maharashtra alone, have tested positive on a daily basis. So that has, triggered a lot of concern among health department officials. So whether they are going to, ask all the people who were sent back to Chennai or Tamil Nadu should be tested from the destination, from the place where they are, from the origin or from where they are being sent, to Chennai. So that is something that we are expecting from the Tamil Nadu government, and also they are trying to ensure that repeat tests are not done. To patients who have already tested negative. So that is something that they want to do it at the earliest, because the number of cases that are coming up in Tamil Nadu have seen huge numbers, particularly in Chennai, and those who have admitted. The recovery rate is also high, so they want to immediately send all these patients once they are tested negative. So that is something that they are looking out for.
All right. Thank you very much, Shabir, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Kolkata edition of the Times of India. And here, there is an important news that has come. It was an emotional return for 169 from Bangladesh on First City one-day flight. That's the big story here. And another very interesting news that's here that Hindol Basu has reported. Virat Kohli says wasn't selected once as dad didn't pay bribe. Indian captain Virat Kohli would walk into any World 11 today, but he once once failed to make the cut for a Delhi junior team because his father refused to pay a bribe, and this is what he has revealed in a web chat with Indian football captain Sunil Chhetri. So this is something that you can find on the front page. Apart from this, the details are about what's allowed and what's not allowed, Shreyasi. At the same time, the concern is Super Cyclone Ampan. Times of India is reporting that it is expected to hit Bengal coast at 230 kilometers per hour. What kind of arrangements are in place for evacuation?
Well, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has already addressed the media yesterday, saying that the Home Secretary and the Chief Secretary are monitoring the situation 24/7. In the meantime, of course, administration here in West Bengal has already started miking in the coastal areas of West Bengal, especially areas which are likely to be affected are Mednipur district, Howrah, and also South 24 Parganas. Though the landfall is not yet completely pinpointed by the IMD, but it's supposed to make landfall between Digha in West Bengal and Hatia Island in Bangladesh tomorrow afternoon between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Of course, PM Modi also chaired a crucial meeting in Delhi with NDRF and MHA, where even Amit Shah was present to check the preparedness of the central teams when it comes to the cyclone, that impending cyclone. And of course, here in West Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and in Odisha, Naveen Patnaik are making sure that the casualties remain zero as the impending cyclone is approaching land by tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you very much, Shreyasi, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We are now moving on to the Mumbai edition of the Times of India, and BMC has said no need to seal an entire building for one positive case. That's a new rule, it seems, that Maharashtra has now come out with. Arunil, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Arunil, good morning. If there is one positive case, BMC has decided that there's no need to seal the entire building. Any specific reason?
Well, the rising number of cases can be the sole reason for this, because at the rate at which the cases are rising in the city of Mumbai, it looks like if at all the BMC would have persisted with basically sealing the entire building, if at all a positive case came up, then the whole city would have to be completely locked up, because yesterday also around 1,200 cases were reported from the city of Mumbai. Already close to 22,000 cases in the maximum city. And yes, the new directive was given to the housing societies, wherein it basically mentions about it that if there is a positive case in a housing society, there is need to basically seal off the entire building. But the floor in which the positive case has come up, that it is okay if that is sealed off. But this is mainly for high rises, wherein there are 2 entries and 2 exits. For small buildings, buildings of around 3 to 4 floors, this doesn't apply. That's what the BMC has also clarified over there. And one more important directive that has come from the BMC HINA is basically, suppose if any person is positive but is not showing symptoms, basically is asymptomatic, that person can basically self-quarantine at home if adequate facilities are there for him to be taken care of. So this is also an important directive, because with the rising number of cases and more cases are expected to come soon, the facilities offered by the BMC will certainly fall short. So this is also an important measure that has been taken by the BMC.
Thank you very much, Arunil, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India, and here as well you will find what's allowed and what's not allowed in Karnataka in phase 4. Let me go across to my colleague Deepak Bopanna joining us on the broadcast. Deepak, good morning. Times of India's Bengaluru edition is also reporting that Karnataka has banned the entry from Gujarat, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu till May 31st. That's going to be very, very significant.
Yes, it was something that was mentioned in the press conference yesterday. They had also said from across the country, interstate movement also would be staggered. Primarily now what they're doing is they're doing an assessment of the spike in the number of cases. And in the last week or so, we've seen over 50% of the cases, all of them attributed to those interstate travel. So especially those who are coming in from Maharashtra, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu most of them have tested positive, and that's where the concern really are arising with regard to whether they should continue to allow interstate travel, especially from these three states. But the government is also saying here, if you are already registered on the Seva Sindhu portal, then you will be allowed to travel. It's only the fresh passes for now has been stopped. They will review the situation in a few more days and then take a new call.
All right. Thank you very much, Deepak, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on and we'll get our viewers the latest from the world of sports. Karishma, my colleague, is now joining us on the broadcast. Karishma, ICC recommends ban on use of saliva on ball. That's the new rule that has come.
Well, yes, absolutely, Hina. The ICC Cricket Committee that is led by former India cricketer and coach Anil Kumble has recommended that, saliva be prohibited to shine the ball, but sweat will be allowed. And this decision has been taken. In fact, this recommendation has been made to the ICC Chief Executives Committee and it will now be approved in June. But this has been done in consultation with the ICC Medical Advisory. And then the ICC-led Cricket Committee came to the recommendation that, saliva, there is a very viable threat of transmission of the COVID-19 virus through saliva, and that is why there needs to be a ban on use of saliva to shine the ball. So it is going to be something new that the bowlers will have to adjust to, but this will go for approval to the ICC Chief Executives Committee in June, and then it will come into action in international cricket.
Karishma, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with all of those details. And it's also being reported that Kotla turned into makeshift shelter for 1200. Firozshah Kotla will be used as a shelter for many migrant workers. Moving on now to the latest we are getting from you from around the world. And this is what Times Global, in fact, is reporting this morning. China is okay with virus origin probe, but after outbreak is controlled. That's the big news here. First COVID-19 vaccine tested on people in US shows promise. EU nations reopen widely for summer. Japan in recession. That's another story here that we have for you. Moving on now to the world of entertainment, and let's show you what you can find this morning as far as the Delhi Times page is concerned. And first news is about Nawazuddin Siddiqui, who has in fact returned to his home, and there is an exclusive conversation with his wife that you can find here. Apart from this, it also reports board games have returned and they see high sales in lockdown. So this is how celebs are really using their time. There you can see Anushka Sharma and Virat Kohli, and here Anil Kapoor also trying to do something in their free time because of the national lockdown. Board games have seen a return. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you for staying with us here on the Newspaper Show.